You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do in no money, what they at you, in no at you. Covid money, miss away in the yellow corrupt you. Use the youth, them money, waste and must have anti-statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, God, and say that is not you. One day, the man above end up in my gut up. Too much it in the kitchen, some of fly like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our river. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the jerk man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the soul man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, but not fake friend and but not tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good morning, and welcome to the Global Television Group. Thank you all for joining us this morning. First, let me apologize about last night. I went on a bit of road trip yesterday, cycling, and then we come home tired and said, let me go take a little rest till short time. And Babs, your uncle, never wake up until way past short time. So I hope you can understand that. The only cure for sleep is to sleep, isn't it? My community party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, dear subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning, Debbie Jarvis, Steve V. Good morning. Violet Watson, good morning. Sandra Ellis. Shauna Smith, good morning. Good morning. Sometimes we look back on the name and me just go blank, you know. Beat and teach. Well, go on. Morning, all morning. Patricia Matthews, hope you're doing well, as always. Jason Kane. Debs, Althea Bros. Fiona Barnett. No volume. Is it everybody or is it Fiona? Sheena Kelly, Marcia Stewart, Jason Kane, Eugene Thompson, Deshaun Bennett. Good morning, Cos. Deshaun Bennett. Well, go on. How are you? Okay, I'm being heard. I'm being heard. Right. Oh no, do. What are we going to talk about this morning? I'm trying to upload a video in stream, but never mind. It will come at a later time. But we have a few things to pick up on this morning because we see the different ministries. Hold on. Let me turn on my fan because the house hot, even though the door not warm. In here tend to be so. Turn on the fan so we not have to sweat. Sorry. Okay. What are we going to talk about? Rosemary Samuels, the Prime Minister. He's always doing, the optics and the rounds, and you're not quite sure who's. Oh, Wagwan, who for phone you use? How for phone you use, Myrna? The Prime Minister continue. He always give us something to talk about. It's one thing with this Prime Minister you can say. Him will find something give for talk. But call Horace Strong, the commissioner, and everybody. Okay. My problem is this sound like Dr. Bloomfield killer all over again. Raymond G, how are you? Nen Miles. And I want to say thanks to Sharon Powell for her donation. And just to let you all know, if you're confused, we have reached our amount, not exactly what we asked for, but every mickle make a muckle, and we've purchased the package. So we're not asking for any more donation for our StreamYard because we have repurchased. So I hope everyone understand that. This sound like a Dr. Bloomfield. You mean say with Supreme Court of Jamaica don't have adequate police or security? That prisoner can just rail over that, so jump through side, run through side door, and jump over balcony and run away, go away downtown, and nobody not find him. I saw Kingston lackadaisic. You mean with capital, but then again, out of court for Dr. Bloomfield killer. They just jump out and run off, never to be found. In it, it's kind of not the first where engage or experience this sort of escape. I wonder if any police is involved. I wonder who get tip off to really allow a criminal to just scale fence out of court just so. And you mean no sensible police chase? No sensible police chase that apprehend the convict. This is somebody who was already serving a sentence, He was to be sentenced yesterday for possession of firearm again. And him just jump out through court window, so, and jump over balcony and jump over door and run in the direction of West Kingston. Why are we fool or one of the police them fool? Man per foot. Jamaica police so modernized, technologized, improved. Sharon Powell, morning. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. Thank you very much. In the Jamaica where we police them modernize and all kind of nice them and make except for fighting crime. A criminal escape out of court on foot. I know the first it happened. When police get tip off to make your escape. You mean say nobody? No adequate police within the vicinity of the Supreme Court? No adequate police backup that could have been called? Them something that really don't make no sense. Prisoner run out of court, Denise Hilton. Prisoner jump over dock, run through side door, jump over second floor balcony, and then run off in the vicinity of Western Kingston, Marcia Essen. Run off in the vicinity of Western Kingston. I don't know why we just take it just as a story, so we're not to question, could this be a tip-off? Could the police be paid to let him off? Or is it that our police are lackadaisic and inexperienced? Is it that the security within our court building and our court environment is so relaxed that a prisoner can run out of dock, run through side door, jump over what balcony, and run in the direction of Western Kingston? Are we fool them fool, or all are we fool together? Because they just want us to believe whatever story them pluck up and tell we, and then they're coming on the other side to tell we how good they're doing at security. I'm confused. I'm really confused.
For possession of a firearm and 3 years for assault. These sentences were to run concurrently along with another gun-related conviction for which he has been serving time in prison. We were told that Williams ran from courtroom 7 while his antecedent report was being read out by a police officer who was in the witness box. Persons in court said Williams leaped over the dock where he was sitting and bolted through a side door. Reports indicate that Williams jumped from the second floor of the court onto Tower Street and ran in the direction of West Kingston. The incident happened about 11:30 this morning.
We ever jumping, and dropping at the road. We don't see nothing.
And then the person jumped from this side, right?
Yeah, from this side.
After it happened, did you see any police around this side?
We see police them around and go down the road, man. Police them around.
But did you actually see when the man jumped?
No, I not got to assassin jump.
But you heard?
I hear when he jump in.
It's reported that Williams was seen running past the city center police station in a bid to escape. Williams was already serving a sentence for possession of a firearm and was about to be sentenced again for a similar charge. His attorney was shocked.
Sorry, Debbie. Thank you. Sorry. No, I was saying to the witness or the gentleman who was speaking to the journalist. I'm not sure if you did not see when someone jump, if you can hear when them jump. What you might hear the easy jerk world is a bang or a commotion after landing, but I'm not sure you're able to hear when someone jump if you did not see when them jump. Me no know, maybe it's just me. Am I backward?
Anthony Williams was sentenced to 18 years for possession of a firearm and 3 years for assault. These sentences were to run concurrently, along with another gun-related conviction for which he has been serving time in prison. We were told that Williams ran from courtroom 7 while his antecedent report was being read out by a police officer who was in the witness box. Persons in court said Williams leaped over the dock where he was sitting and bolted through a side door. Reports indicate that Williams jumped from the second floor of the court onto Tower Street and ran in the direction of West Kingston. The incident happened about 11:30 this morning.
We hear a jumping, and dropping at the road. Me no see nothing.
And then the person jumped from this side, right?
Yeah, from this side.
After it happened, did you see any police around this side?
Me see police them around and go down the road, man. Police them around.
But did you actually see when the man jumped?
No, I not got to assassin jump.
But you heard?
I hear when he jump in.
It's reported that Williams was seen running past the city centre police station in a bid to escape. Williams was already serving a sentence for possession of a firearm and was about to be sentenced again for a similar charge. His attorney was shocked by his action.
I was asked to represent Mr. Williams. Originally, I wasn't his lawyer. He proceeded to trial based on his instructions, and he was found guilty based on the evidence that was presented in the court.
Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
Colin Richards, morning. This not sound safe for police where improve in our city with Supreme Court building. And you mean to say it just easy if you just escape from outer court, so Marlene W. Just so. This is a Dr. Bloomfield killer all over again. Just escape from court, Danette Harriet, and vanish in thin air. On foot. If him not make him entire way on foot, then it would be an organized getaway where there would have been a car waiting somewhere to pick him up or something in it. The unstoppable one. It just don't make sense. But the Prime Minister, I'm still trying to understand who is this national security minister. Because at all times, the interaction with the police to do with the status of crime or whatever to do with crime, it's always fronted by the Prime Minister. I don't know if the Prime Minister, even though having Harris strong in position, have relieved him of his duty and has taken over the department. But if we don't look careful, is always Andrew Holness marching around the country. Arlene Francis, how are you? Marching around the country, and him been doing it thick and fast since Beryl. Him started from last November around conference, when him keep telling that crime, murder is down, but violent crime is up, but murder is down. He give it to in a confusing way. And since the year start, the Prime Minister is on a high, trying to convince the nation that crime is down. Violent crime is down and murder is down. Something at the start of that him give you one confusing explanation. Then we notice from the Cherry Tree incident quite a few mass shootings are happening across the country, and we still have a regular shooting here, there, and everywhere. But the Prime Minister regularly move around the country, jog out police under camera, out a door, and say, Superintendent, tell me how to go on down here, sir. Tell me how to go on down here. And Superintendent say, Sir, crime is down by this year, so, and it has been done by this day, so, and it has been done by this nationally, sir. And it has been like that right across the country. The track record is there on your page, Prime Minister. But it looks like the Prime Minister get tired now. Because they say the Prime Minister draw them up at OPM say, no come tell me wagwania, how good it a go and how it a improve. Because it's never how the crime a get out of hand. It's never how the mass shootings are increasing, you know. It's always how the crime are going down. But how are these crime reported, though, Prime Minister? How are these murder reported? Or is it all the murders that are being reported because the one them want to report, the one them what Popeye report on film thing, we don't necessarily see them in our paper? There's quite a lot of murders that have been floating about on social media that we don't see in our main news. How are these figures recorded? Is the statistics been massaged? Because crime can't go down so, but we not see it, not feel it. And the Prime Minister says on a social campaign to make sure the people are convinced that crime is down. Let's head over to the OPM.
Forward for technological transformation within the JCF and how we're leveraging social media platforms to reach persons in different areas, different walks of life within Jamaica. Our commissioner has put a mandate to enhance our social media views by 10%, same for our subscription by the end of this year. And within the organization, as it relates to technological advancements, we're procuring 200 more body-worn cameras. We're connecting 125 stations within our data center. We're trying to ensure that our quality standards are being achieved through technology, through our ISO 9001 certification.
So you think that the public would first see the JCF's transformation in its communication and technology?
Yes, sir, definitely.
My second question is, recent polls have suggested that crime is probably the greatest concern of the citizen. But yet the statistics show that for the last 3 years, we have seen a direct trending downward in all major crimes, and for the last 2 years, a trending downward in murders. What accounts for the inconsistency between the perspective of the public and the statistics that we put out?
Thank you for having us, Mr. Prime Minister, and thank you for that question. Coming from somewhere that is highly viewed as one of those areas riddled with crime, I would say because, and it leads back to the answer that my colleague just gave, we Jamaicans are more open to give opinions. So we're seeing them having more access to information. So even though it may seem that to them everything is going out of control and there is more murders, more crime, and our stats is showing that we have a decline, I think because social media has idolized the gruesome images, the getting the information out there. They're seeing so much more of what is happening. Nowadays, when somebody dies, instead of hearing it through a telephone call or somebody sending a letter, they're now seeing it on social media even before the news brings it across. So because of them having more access to information all across Jamaica, it is as if, or it appears, that more is happening. But in truth, it's just that they're seeing or having access to more of what is going on around them.
So if I may interpret, sorry, you wanted to add to that point?
The ladies say. Hey, I'm sorry there. Because, boy, them people can't blame what's on things, you see. The people that say we just social media just a show. Jesus! Boy! The lady said social media nothing more than happen. It's just because social media are show we more. Are they for real? Like seriously. We have to listen to that woman.
Those areas riddled with crime, I would say because, and it's back to the answer that my colleague just gave, we Jamaicans are more open to give opinions. So we're seeing them having more access to information. So even though it may seem that to them everything is going out of control and there is more murders, more crime, and our stats is showing that we have a decline, I think because social media has idolized the gruesome images, the getting the information out there. They're seeing so much more of what is happening. Nowadays, when somebody dies, instead of hearing it through a telephone call or somebody sending a letter, they're now seeing it on social media even before the news brings it across. So because of them having more information all across Jamaica, it is
Sorry, my people, I get kicked out of the studio. You know, these technical difficulties happen at time. Me don't know if the woman hear me and laugh after. Sorry about that, even green morning. Sorry about that. Let me get things back up quickly for you. Let's get back with the video. Sorry about that. I was kicked out of the studio, but we are back now. You should be hearing me and all that jazz. Let's get back to the video because it's the first time I hear somebody attack something where I don't understand what she mean and I can't give a breakdown explanation of what I think she mean. I really don't know what she's talking about.
Within the JCF is how we're pushing forward for technological transformation within the JCF and how we're leveraging social media platforms to reach persons in different areas, different walks of life within Jamaica. Our commissioner has put a mandate to enhance our social media views by 10%, same for our subscription by the end of this year. And within the organization, as it relates to technological advancements, we're procuring 200 more body-worn cameras. We're connecting 125 stations within our data center. We're trying to ensure that our quality standards are being achieved through technology, through our ISO 9001 certification.
So you think that the public would first see the JCF's transformation in its communication and technology?
Yes, sir, definitely.
My second question is, recent polls
Listen to the journalist.
have suggested that crime is probably the greatest concern of the citizen. But yet the statistics show that for the last 3 years, we have seen a direct trending downward in all major crimes, and for the last 2 years, a trending downward in murders. What accounts for the inconsistency between the perspective of the public and the statistics that we put out?
Thank you for having us, Mr. Prime Minister. And thank you for that question. Coming from somewhere that is highly viewed as one of those areas riddled with crime, I would say because, and it leads back to the answer that my colleague just gave, we Jamaicans are more open to give opinions. So we're seeing them having more access to information. So even though it may seem that to them everything is going out of control and there is more murders, more crime, and our stats is showing that we have a decline, I think because social media has idolized the gruesome images, the getting the information out there.
Hold on there. Me no mean for disturb when Michael Nepper, Evan Green, Gloria Morris, Marcia Gray, morning. You notice the blame always go back to social media? As because social media show we. And no happen it happen, you know. Jesus, good morning. And no happen, it happen. A social media walk and pick you up, show we. That's what they would have us believe.
They're seeing so much more of what is happening. Nowadays, when somebody dies, instead of hearing it through a telephone call or somebody sending a letter, they're now seeing.
Listen, lady, we move on from PayPal. A long time we don't write PayPal. Me in England 25 years, and me never write a letter send back home yet, lady. So why you think people, Ruby, good morning? Why you think anybody should have want to phone we or write we and tell we say somebody dead when they can't show we say they dead? Like seriously, lady? You don't want to go back in a pen pal when we read AI? I mean, AI, pen pal, how you compare the two of them? You want to go back in the days where somebody phone we or write we and tell we say somebody dead? And then we still talk about technology? Hey, Jesus have mercy upon what they are talking about that I don't know, Norman Ferguson.
In it on social media, even before the news brings it across. So because of them having more access to information all across Jamaica, it is as if, or it appears, that more is happening. But in truth, it's just that they're seeing or having access to more of what is going on around them.
So if I may interpret, sorry, you wanted to add to that point?
Thank you, sir, and well said, my colleague. And just to add to that, Sir Prime Minister, is one of the things that we're seeing now more than ever is the mass shootings and killings. So before, we'd see killing happening, for example, in Rockfort, where I'm from, you would see a 1 murder or 2 murder, but to have like a 5 or 6, when somebody sees that, it jumps out to them and says, but nothing is happening, crime is not going down, but really the statistics are. We have the little breakdown.
Thank you for having us, Prime Minister.
I was going to ask 6 questions. I don't
Right. On this topic, I think that even though we have murders trending down, the story needs to be told, and so we can't have this information, cooped up or hidden. So we have to be constantly saying that the numbers are going down. These are the approaches that we're taking, And, you know, that will give citizens some more reassurance. I keep saying, if we have the
Tap up
success
the
stories
screen
and
and
we
pick
don't
up.
tell them, nobody will know. So we need to start pushing that these are happening, and so more rigorously. I will say that we are pushing, but it needs to be more rigorous.
And to add to that, we have been doing what needs to be done to.
Hold on there. Addition match this morning, you know. A source of addition. A source of and to add to that. But how contradictory though? That the same social media, what uno blame say, I tell we say crime up. Uno claim Norman Ferguson say crime down, but uno not use social media enough. Say go tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere that crime is done. So why uno not use social media? Why not make everybody use social media better than uno? She wants to send telegram cousin. Huh? Like you know when Mima and all them people that did and we have to send telegram in England back in them days, the murder. And that she want bring we back to. Wait until you get the telegram. No,
To
sir,
do
it's terrible
the
bad. Shut it down.
sensitization to the public. So we have liaison officers like myself and Miss Allen who have been trained by the capable, more than capable CCN corporate communication network, and we are now able to give the stories out of the divisions, out of the areas to the mainstream media, and for them to see what the JCF is doing. So because we won an award, persons are now paying more attention to our platforms, and now we have more trained individuals in areas that can have them know and see the good things that the JCF has been doing, and also project and look forward to what we continue to do.
All very good answers. And if I may consolidate everything with my interpretation of the answers given. What you are saying is that we exist in an era where the average person has instantaneous access to information. But the information and access to data does not always translate into knowledge. It does not always translate into the correct interpretation. And it may influence wrong perceptions. So information without context is as dangerous as being ignorant. And in fact, information without context is very dangerous. And therefore, you are saying that the JCF, having recognized this, that you have stepped up your information operations, both in terms of your social media and in terms of your corporate communications. How do you put information to the public, and how do you enlist the public to receive this information and assist you in getting more information? In effect, how do we empower the citizen with information so that they can be effective supporters of the police? And I believe most Jamaicans would agree that your social media strategy and your corporate communications have improved dramatically. And indeed, I dare say that the communication skills of all your members would have improved significantly. When you face the press, I'm sure by virtue of the standard training you receive coming out of training school and in all the courses, you have some amount of training as to how do you communicate information to the public, and that has helped dramatically in improving the confidence and improving the perception of the police force. But you have also pointed out that in the era of instantaneous information, it reinforces the perspective of instant gratification, meaning that, you know, my perception is that murders are high, I want them corrected immediately. Because that is indeed the time in which we live. We live.
You know why I play the whole of that phone now? because you don't have to hear and decide for yourself. I don't understand when Andrew Holness and the police them attack. All them a do is keep contradicting themselves. In order to convince we that murder is done, even when they can't stop a man from run out of the Supreme Court building, jump over balcony and make him way to Western Kingston, they are still trying to convince us. They're still trying to convince us that crime is done. Why every time this government fail, this government turn to blame social media? Prove to us that social media is lying. Social media is just putting the information in the public domain that sometimes someone paid for news media like Nationwide, and all of them other people, observer, the whole of them will play on the cards. So we want to blame us for knowing more. And because we know more, we don't say the truth what Uno tell we. Even though Uno cannot verify for no truth, Uno cannot release the statistics of how these murders are being recorded. There's lots of murder that we are aware of that is published in the social media spheres that we don't see in a phone mainstream news, and we wonder if those murder get underreported or murder in general across the country is underreported, because what you're all saying to us and what we're seeing not just on social media, even in your mainstream media, look at the rampant about 5 since Cherokee Lane. Ask yourself that. How much mass shootings have we had since Cherokee Lane? We had what, 2 just last week or so on? And the single murders across the country don't stop. But it's been rammed down in our throat to believe that crime is down. Why wouldn't we have the perception that crime, all right, let's just base on the perception, Prime Minister. Look at the mass rise. Look at the rise in mass shooting since the Cherokee Lane massacre. Look at how much mass shootings we've had since then, where multiple people were unalive in these shootings. Each of those unalive people in one mass shooting are a separate crime, Prime Minister. That mass shooting is not recorded as one criminal incident, Prime Minister. How much people dead down at Cherokee Lane? All of those are a separate crime incident or separate unaliving, plus other offenses that come along with it. So how can you convince us that crime is down when mass shootings is up? It don't make sense. Mass shooting up, but crime is down. Mass killing is up, but crime is down. It doesn't make sense. Continuously pulling the police in front of the camera to convince the nation that crime is done, and as them turn them back, there is a mass killing round the corner, or them can't even manage to guard prisoner within a courtroom. Prisoner escape from courtroom. And one convinced us a crime done. Well, we fool if we believe. We fool if we believe on the propaganda. No, this is something that is playing on my mind. There's a security jail at there was a security jail at Sangster International, I believe, yesterday. Now, whenever time I see any government doing security drill, it alerts me. The London 7-7, a lot of Londoners could remember that there was a security drill that coincided with the London terror attack. And it's not one-off where you see in the West here, shortly after a security drill, there's some national security disaster at the James. So I just want Jamaica people to be vigilant, because where you see Western governments conducting security drill, sometimes it's a preparedness. All right? So, wanna keep on yourself focused. Me know no me say me mad, but sometimes madness is absolutely necessary. It's quite necessary to be crazy at times. Because sometimes when you reside in a sensible realm, I've not heard anything more. Read the 10 illegal Cuban that landed on our shores. Them hot for the here. You know, automatically vote the Cuban voted. And for sorry, people, me have to jump in on my phone quickly till the dirty computer started out. StreamYard is having some issues from morning, as they always do. And it keeps cutting out. Bear with me so that me can get my thing up and running again. Bear with, please. But I was saying to Andrew Holness, I hope he's not, because of his closeness with the Israeli state or Benjamin Netanyahu, is ignoring the starvation in Gaza that Benjamin Netanyahu is been using against the people of Gaza. The UN voted on lifting the embargo. I wonder if Jamaica slipped on the table like they did. I hope you don't hear me. Like they did at the UN when the ceasefire vote was tabled at the UN. Jamaica slipped on the table and they were nowhere to be seen. Jamaica, who took a stand against apartheid in South Africa. The same apartheid that was in South Africa is the same apartheid that we are that we are seeing live on camera today, and governments around the world are hold on my people. Oh God, such is technicality in broadcasting at time when your provider them systems are playing upon you, don't have control over it, but me have to just maneuver my way around it. Let me try get back my slide in studio quickly. Hang on. Sorry about that, my people. Technical difficulties. So as I was saying, both those two international issues that are in front of the UN at the moment, the starvation in Gaza, and as well as America lifting its embargo on Cuba. Because a lot of, and I hear especially the JLP supporters have this discussion regular, that Cuba should bow to America demand so America can lift the sanction. Why do you think anybody have to bow to America demand? Communism is not the problem. Because I notice all the while people jump around and blame communism. Communism is not the problem. America's foreign policy is the problem. America embargo and sanctions are the problem. The CIA are the problem, not communism. They didn't manage to destroy it in China, and it rose China to greater heights than them. That them same one come turn around and borrow money from China. Despite 7 decades of embargo on Cuba, Cuba can now supply doctor to the world. Cuba not done like Jamaicans as much, because as much as they want to say about Castro invests in education and health care. That's why Cuba can work and lend medical profession and educators to the rest of them. Because while you all were starving Cuba, Cuba was reading and learning. And that's why Jamaica, in the situation that it in today, where we're in a democratic world, where we have free speech, but we done some backward with it because our democratic leaders never teach us anything. All the democratic leader them teach we was Baba black sheep. Hungry Cuba wanna recognize it as is more literate than democratic Jamaica. Democratic Jamaica, where democratic Jamaica graduate picking out of school where can read, and then not talk about Cuba policy. Tell America to mind its business. Tell America to stop interfere with the world and sort its problem out. Its crumbling, dying soul is going nowhere. And that's why America must allow other countries to flourish. And stop blame Cuba for America's fault. Stop blaming Cuba for America's fault. What is happening in Cuba is America's cruelty, not Fidel Castro's cruelty. Because if Fidel Castro never care about him people, then he wouldn't educate them to that high standard. And stop follow the docile American propaganda. Where Britain and America will run around and sell education to the world, have become the most backwards country on the planet. Because only America and Britain, or Europe and America, have the debate. Does man have a womb? Can a woman have a penis? And all those fuckery. And then Una say, we are the educated, democratic, liberal, fuck off, America. And go and find something useful to do. Enough of you and your bullshit. More of us need to tell America to fuck off and go and mind its business. One of the most annoying debates in this country. Can a woman have a penis? Can a man have a vagina? Can a man get pregnant? Can a man have a womb? All these fuckeries. But we are telling us here, come to Jamaica, you don't understand. But anybody there, I'm going to clip out some of these fuckers and show you one day. So them strung up the British Prime Minister. One of the most irritating debates in Britain right now is the bathroom debate. Should a man with a swinging dick in a skirt or a dress enters a woman's bathroom, possibly under the pretense to rape her? Do you understand how serious this American Western agenda is? I'm here. Somebody have to police the world. Let America go and police itself. America has been sucking blood for 7 decades. 7, 8 decades. America has walked around this planet sucking blood. America doesn't have any moral for anybody to take any guidance from or to listen to. On stop with the American bullshit. The thing is crumbling. Let it fall gracefully. And top going like America owns this world. When since thieves own what doesn't belong to them. And this is how we use this dunceness called democracy. Because democracy is about bullshit, all kind of bullshit you can think of. But when we are to speak of reality, we leaders them can't open their mouth. You must speak loudly. Tell America, lift the embargo from Cuba, and tell Benjamin Netanyahu, stop, starve the children in Gaza. It is not hard. The whole way I see it. But you know always I blame social media. Say social media, I tell we all of these efries. But on Jamaican now want to stand up. Marcia Griffith, me there left you for last, but me thought on you come here. Me here by Batty Khalid, Marcia, I beg you up. And when one on I go stand up and speak out against on a Batty clergy in America where the whole on lap up with and close with Marcia Griffiths. Why no not speak out? Pound Batty clergy them in America where I broke down pound. The whole on was happy to wrap up in a bed with hip hop. And now that we find out, say, them bad boy there in a hip hop is something called backstreet whores. No, talk now. I no still take endorsement from the Marcia Griffiths. Mr. Khalida endorse you on social media. At a time like now, Marcia Griffiths, should you be accepting endorsement from the devil if you are not walking amongst them, Marcia Griffiths? We respect you, Marcia Griffiths. So we don't expect you to be walking amongst the devil. And when the devil them business that float around on social media, all I want to go in a silence. We will hold on a guilty, no Marcia Griffiths. Lead chain, morning. We hear say whole heap of yacht got Epstein Island leaching, and we know say you have yacht. We just a wonder leaching if your yacht, if your yacht leaching has ever ended up over Epstein Island, Diana Ross Island, or any of the other celebrity who have island in the international waters that doesn't come under America's law, so them can go there and commit crime against women and abuse children and all that. Have your yacht leaching ever rock up on any of these abusive islands? Just asking leaching, because the truth is all coming out, you know. It's all popping out and dropping out one. More and more people name a come out. So we just asking, because we hear about the type of billionaire and millionaire yacht them will roll up over Epstein Island, Diana Ross Island, and all of those islands. Epstein. Obama did slightly lift some of the embargo, but don't forget, say, when Donald Trump come in, Donald Trump put on back the embargo them on Cuba, and the dirty cruel Biden, him even tighten them more since him coming. These American leaders are wicked, they are narcissists, they are murderers. No American leader not clean. One of the worst killer American leaders was Barack Obama. Ask Libya and Syria about that criminal Barack Obama. But they're covered. Yes, but a long time, you know, saying yacht sell. But remember, say a long time, leaching own yacht. And a long, remember, say leaching yacht sell since Epstein. Since then, send Epstein go hide somewhere where we don't know if could possibly even be back on his island, living under or living under one of the tunnels in Hollywood. You might never know. But since as we know so much yacht used to roll up at Epstein Island and Diana Ross Island and probably about 15 little island out there. I think Richard Branson had one too. A whole little island, boat and boat there, was celebrity owned. And on these islands, more and more it come out that these island groove criminality, where abuse of women and children and young boys regularly take place. And them something the America figure watch. If America wants to say it a police the world, America police the unaccounted for children that come to your border that cannot be accounted for when nobody don't know where them there. Which tunnel have you had them in America? Go and patrol the Child Protection Service where sell children to the underground abuse culture of celebrity and high society. If America focused internally, maybe America wouldn't sit down and fall apart. So, Vashti, maybe America wouldn't fall apart. So, you know, but America wasting time, mind the rest of the world business, and America crumble. America and Britain to date still not learn how to speak English where them export around the world. Britain and America, who walk and export English around the world, still not understand how to speak it. And not take direction from America. America own this and America own that. Jason Kane and been a Sako the whole no do. June Plum 26. Enough of America and its scandal and America messing up the world. See America take hungry belly Jamaica and hungry belly Kenya, the hungry belly El Salvador, just say them are going to send troops to Haiti as well. The whole are not hungry just like Haiti. It's just that Haiti and Cuba don't decide to be puppet and licky and bow down and skin out to the slave masters like Jamaica and the rest of them? Why everybody have to skin out and bow down to America and Britain? And then you same backwards Jamaican who are talk about Cuban, on the same one get up every day and talk about independence, something you've never had, something that the same white slave master telling you already. Yo, we're gonna have to adjust that, because it a fuck up our money making. You dunce bag up whatsoever. I don't know, still I walk and talk about Cuba, this and that. Why no one walk and borrow Cuba doctors and teachers then? Bright, independent democracy developed Jamaica. Develop democracy Jamaica. We don't have enough eye specialists. Lead blind Jamaica. We don't have enough qualified teachers and nurses. Lead blind Jamaica. And then not talk about Cuba. Leave other countries to survive. Should we deal with this hawk leeching while we are still at it? Jamaica people, Portmore people, when you don't accept nuclear energy, do not accept nuclear energy. It now go benefit you know. Then bring it under the pretense that it's beneficial to the environment. But how beneficial it is to you if there's a nuclear disaster? How beneficial it is to your environment or your waterways when they use these poisonous get rid of these poisonous debris in your water or whatever. We don't need nuclear power in Jamaica. The reason why the leeching and the Jamaica government is latching on to nuclear power is because that allow them to continuously come in our pocket. If we not go develop Portmore, why we not do develop Portmore for solar energy? Start design a solar farm in Portmore from now. Make sure, say, every building we build in the new project, the new development of Portmore on a talk about, every building have solar panel, have the required solar panel on it. That's clean energy, cleaner than nuclear, cheaper than nuclear. When you use solar energy, you don't have nothing figure dash way. What happened to the nuclear waste? What we have to dash with nuclear waste? Huh? What if in a hurricane disaster zone, we have a nuclear disaster because of a hurricane or an earthquake? Do you understand the risk, the health risk, and the risk to life of that? Using nuclear is clean energy on one side, but one side it's risk if there's a disaster. On the other side, there's a massive problem in disposing nuclear waste as well. Disposing nuclear waste is as bad for the environment also. Solar energy though. Solar energy is cheaper and cleaner. And if them use nuclear energy, them can still come in our pocket for bills. But if it is solar energy free and cheap. Because after you set it up, you don't need to supply it with energy. The sun naturally supplies it with clean energy. Why do they have to continue with these development where them always want to come in our pocket and come continuously milk with? Jamaica, do not accept nuclear energy. We don't have no need for it. It will not enhance us. It will further put us at risk. What we need is solar energy, hydro energy, or wind. Why the clean energy we on our target? Why the clean energy we on our target have to be something where uno can come in our pocket? What about solar energy? Jamaica have sunshine right around the year. And we're talking about nuclear energy. Nuclear energy was so expensive to set up. Then Leach I go tell the people at Portmore say we have to charge an extortionate fee to cover back with money what we put in to invest in a nuclear energy. We don't need nuclear energy. We need solar energy. Nuclear energy have a country like Britain and them place they were coal. And even coal bring up solar farm. Have a few, but it's not as popular as how I've seen social panel farms when I'm traveling the countryside. And Jamaica coming to tell us about nuclear energy. Public purse along with leaching to invest, then the whole of them they go over it. Jamaica don't need new. I really beg to the commissioners of election are to be paid as part-time staff because to reflect the part-time status what them do. I would even extend that further, Everard Warmington. Not that may agree with you, you know. I'm not agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is extend it further, veteran Wagwan, extend it further. So politician salary step down to part-time. But may I ask you, Everard Warmington, looking at our parliament, 63 are uno for in there. And it always scanty. God help who turn up for work. About 3 months Tufton never turn up for what they when Tufton turn up back Tufton tell a whole heap of lie. So politicians as well as the electoral commissioners are to be paid part-time because the part-time work you do. Look on when you turn up for work at the time. I not chat bullshit or not just walk off so angry on the teeth and go on. Both politicians and the electoral commissioners and agree with you, me just adjust it up for you and tell you say all part-time workers to get part-time pay. Because you politicians are part-time. Look at our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister is running 3 companies. Our Prime Minister is studying a full-time degree abroad online. I mean, isn't that part-time Prime Minister because you cannot do those 3 heavy workload all full-time. Not about a nasty and octopus will have so much hand and foot. Don't able to do so much one time. So if we broaden that Everard, I mean the whole on to forget part-time pay. God bless when you don't turn up a parliament. Or even if you don't turn up, you don't always fast asleep at chin gum or a chat or out to do something where we don't pay enough to do. So just add uno in a hit too. We wouldn't mind because we want to save the money, you know. We want to save the money. So if you think of the election, And the electoral commission them alone, we want to save money off. We want to save money off of the whole of no useless bunch. So nobody go on like a one on. We want to save money off. Oh, me did reach this already, so we can go back me other direction. Right. The war continues with Labour and PNP over who has more convicted criminals or more people with questionable character. In short, a short answer, both are no. Both are no. That's the short answer. I mean, you don't need a sermon. You really don't need a sermon. The short answer is both parties have people with questionable character and criminally aligned background or gangsterly aligned background as well. So both are no. That's the short answer. We don't need to do more than that. Both are no. Quite a short answer. You were looking for something long, don't waste your time. So we don't need to struggle and struggle over it. Jamaica, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to be thirsty. Matthew Samuda, but him did have the already, but the Prime Minister said his charge Matthew Samuda, Minister of Growth and Job Creation, to accelerate work to get piped portable water into homes, into more of Jamaican homes. You mean more of Jamaicans' hotel Prime Minister? We not to understand what you mean, you know. You know, see a Matthew you talk about. You know Matthew will turn off the people them, turn the people them water for hotel use and deprive the people them of water. And this year Matthew you say I gotta bring more water into our homes. Prime Minister, I don't think anybody would listen to this with confidence. Given Matthew track record of his behavior with the water situation in Western Jamaica, I don't know if the people across the country will have confidence. But backside, I really come in, Matthew come in for work money, you know. Because I say, when Matthew in the Senate as a minister, him can't get the amount of money for certain project because Andrew had the project, so they kickback work between him and Andrew. Now him become an MP as well as a cabinet minister. Him have money for constituency and him can get money now good enough to run him portfolios. Backside, so the kickback. Why didn't run out Marsha and bring you in? Just a ask. Because we still not understand why Marsha just get booted. So that is something quite done at morning. So all you don't have to do, you know, is prepare yourself if you are to go by Matthew's history and how and what him did do to the people of Westmoreland and what him did to Amber when them find out the lie where him tell and expose him. So the Prime Minister said, Matt have the responsibility to pipe more water into the house. Careful. Remember everyone in time we pissing at the pipe going for drink. It's just a word, you know. We talk about this your thief here already. This your money launderer. This your criminal leeching where you see, this is the problem with this whole technology bullshit in a Jamaica where them a push pan we you see. Because look pan what broke down overleaching, but then again, the customer them have some responsibility because say, whenever time, I mean, I know how the Uber set up for owner out there, but whatever time me jump into an Uber, the money deducted from my account once the Uber turn up. So I don't know how owner never monitor say them, but owner not having deductions per account. And see there, owner leaching make it stay amount up to millions of dollars. But while them a push this technologized Jamaica pan with, even them at the top who push this nonsense down with throat, them can't get it right. Because leeching the money launderer always have some hiccup and buck up over there. Every minute you hear say somebody account wipe out, somebody account money gone, all sort of stealing and money laundering are going over leeching and you can come shoot me. I mean, know how in Jamaica rich people stay. We not try to shut up people. But convince us that scamming and money laundering not going on at your bank leeching. Bunch of crooks. Bunch of crooks. Dr. Tufton say, they telling us say, foot, hand, and mouth, they both. So, I think this is one of the doctors who head up the Western Regional Health Authority. Say, if it telling us say, foot, hand, and mouth on the increase. So, wanna be careful. When don't know what them are plan. Members say no conspiracy these days. Them a look reason for not have election. Them a look reason for shut down the nation. So, wanna be careful. We talk about the ag pen already and the salary, and we talk about Marcia Griffiths and our batty friend them are foreign. Where if a Jamaica batty man, the whole on a drunk crow in the entertainment industry, the shit up dance hall wanna have dry shit, Diddy and Jay-Z and college shit all over no. None of no can come out. I bet you if I did Gully Queen, the whole on a run come out and I make music already. But now no find out so no entertainment circle is so shit up. The whole of the entertainment circle, that's why I tell young boys on the walk and pull up them on a pants. The entertainer and the gangsters will follow and have on a pants down there. So it's a batty selling mechanism. When you say man, have them pants drop down there so them I say, look at me. Am I sexy enough? Do you want me? You know, come attack me. Isn't it true? Say a batty on ourselves. It's all coming out now. What's the reason for no walk around and tell man, say, look how pretty my underpants is. Look how slim or fat my bum is. If I no batty on ourselves under Sykes. Enough is enough, and people tell you the bullshit wanna get up every day with. If this was some Jamaican gays, this galang in a guan boat, the whole industry people would have up in arms. But because the whole of the people them wanna sign the devil hellish deals with, because anyone on got Khalid yard, anyone on got Diddy studio, on have to drop on a pants. So no come out, come talk, Popcorn, Elephant Man, Beanie Man, Sizzler, Capleton, Bujo Bantan, no come out, come talk. We want to know which one on a drop on a pants. Cause we know so it's a pants dropping game. Don't try to push for our own corner, cause we nah go around, they go wait for no. We want to know which one on a drop on a pants to get into the music industry. Because we find out no, it's not about talent anymore. It's about whose pants zip can drop faster and who can get on their knees quicker. So no come out, come talk. Cause we want to know, you know. We want to know. Hip hop can't so shit up and dancehall escape this shit. I want to know. Take with a fool. Hmm? You come out, come on a shit. I wanna wrap up in a hit. I never we step in a hit. I wanna step in a hit so I wanna remember it. Hmm? Oh, we done this, okay, we deal with bricks already for last week. But no, it irritates me with some of them Jamaica entertainer, yeah, and how silent they are and the debacle falling apart in hip-hop when the whole of them was rubbed up together. Hmm? Why not think Jamaican man or young black man across the world a walk and a advertise them body? A long time this private body selling a go on. Me glad P. Diddy coming down and expose holy paddies man where especially in the music them portray themselves like a bad man, but oh, aren't they some loose bitches? Cannot wait to get on their fucking knees. I beg your pardon for the expletive expressions this morning, but I saw it go sometime. You have to speak to a pig by grunting. If you speak to a pig in the squeeze language, that pig possible wouldn't understand you. So sometimes you've got to grunt if it is the pig that you're speaking to. Thank you all very much for being here with us this morning on the Global Television Group. We will restream this broadcast on Facebook because we're only broadcasting on YouTube and TikTok at the moment. We will certainly restream this broadcast on Facebook as well. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. Good to have your company as always. If you have not hit the like button yet, make sure, let me look at how much on before me grab. Come on, man. At least 100 on can hit the like button before the show done. I saw it bad. 73 channel. Why it bad? It hard. No, some of them Jamaica entertainer, yeah. Them fi come out, come talk. We are no say what them are say in them music all this time wasn't true. It was a lie. A lot of what they entertainer them, both reggae and hip hop, I lead with youths. These people who leads with youth into a direction of hate, while them same one depend them knee in front of a man. And that a lot of people don't understand. When people like me talk and tell them, say, how some of these straight men behavior are when night come and when them get behind closed door. Only thing I lie people I tell her, sometimes they say, go back to boy a company and look. But it's not. We just talk the truth. But now it come out. The whole annual get caught. Thank you. And good afternoon from the Global Television Group. Hip hop and reggae shit up.
We don't feel comfortable sitting in Parliament with a Minister of Government who has openly accepted responsibility, who expresses no regret for the act, where a Commissioner of Parliament has confirmed that the act is corrupt and has referred it for prosecution. And that minister shows no sign of wanting to resign, or the Prime Minister showing no signs of moving to dismiss the minister.
With all the sympathy that one can have for support, this is embarrassing, not only to the government as a party, not only the PNP, but to the government, to Jamaica, to all of us. Our heads bow this morning with this sort of reaction to it.
So we have to take firm actions in this regard. It is a dark day for Jamaica, where the Prime Minister is unwilling or afraid to act against a minister in which the public has lost total confidence and in which the institutions of the society are all agree that this person does not enjoy their trust or faith and has breached the confidence that the people have placed in them. I believe that this has the potential, if it continues, to bring down the entire government.